Okay,
Yeah.
That's great. And Diane Anderson says, I have a pachysandra encroaching on a planting bed where it will cover or choke out the other plants. Is there an easy way to keeping them out? Those rhizomes run deep.
Make an edge, we use carpet runner and find out how deep do they run. If they run 6 inches, get some carpet runner, cut it to 7 inches and put it in. In a straight, give it a barrier. Air can work,
yeah.
plastic.
For the most part, we found that pachysandra, although yes, they run deep, they're not right on the surface. They don't usually run more than 4 or 5 inches deep. They aren't like thistle that gets deeper as the planting colony gets older. So we do put an edge in, or we keep a no plant zone between it and other things. We keep an area where every year we go through and edge the pachysandra, just like we edge lawn. So we go through and we slice down.
And you don't expand the edge, you keep it the same.
And we know that there are runners going out there. We're not looking for the green, we're looking for the white, those white runners, and we pull them all out. But it's much easier to put a barrier in, a vertical barrier in the ground.
I've used that barrier with my milkweed and it worked.
Did it really?
Milkweed?
That's good to hear, because milkweed,
not perfect, but better.
Yeah.
because milkweed is one of those plants that year by year, as it's been in a place longer, it'll tend to get a deeper set of roots on it. It still has the shallow runners, but it has some deeper each year. So that's a good thing to know. Thank you.
Sure. And Nancy mentions that this spring she had a person cover her hydrangeas every time the frost was predicted. So 4 times she protected them, and this year she has tons of blooms. So covering and protecting those hydrangeas really work.
Microclimates.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much, Nancy. It's great to hear that somebody had the has it actually down as a concrete example that this can make a difference.
Makes a difference.
And Nancy mentions her Harry Lauder walking stick is starting to have new minimal growth, looking bare on old branches, planted about 20 years ago. Is it old and close to its demise?
I'm actually surprised that in North America that a Harry Lauder's walking stick lasted 20 years. It's a hazel, our native hazel. They're native in the woods. Our hazel bushes have a fungus that they can handle, but the European hazel, and that's Harry Lauder is a European hazel, can't handle. And what'll happen over time is the branches get infected. And if you look at the branches, especially like the 3-4-year-old growth, you'll see a bunch of little eruptions along the branch, little openings into the bark that are not lenticels. They're not some plants like what has lenticels, cherry, young cherry wood has little dots on it that are actually openings into the wood. These are eruptions, and it is a fungus infection, and it generally kills the plant. In which case we say, okay, it's time for a new Harry Lauder's walking stick. But I can't tell you much more than that because it is very difficult to control that on a plant that's very susceptible to it. Once it gets that fungus, it just keeps dying back. You can try cutting out all the branches that have any eruptions and ask it to grow back again. Chances are that it's in the environment now. It's in debris that fell from the plant over the years, and it's going to get back into there.
Yeah, they do make nice plants for a while, but then that fungus does make a difference.
I suggest digging it out and urethaning it.
You know what?
That or not a bad idea.
Don't even dig it out.
Just spray paint
it back and spray paint it. We've seen people make beautiful sculptures out of them just right in place.
Japanese maples too.
Yeah.
Beautiful.